Hello, Professor James's ENG102 class. This is Dan Calandra with the Mercer County Community College Library, and today we're going to talk about paper 4 and finding sources for it. So, like your previous papers that I discussed with you, you guys are going to use keyword terms to help you find articles and books in our databases. Let's take a look real quick at paper 4's topic for Professor James. She sent me an email here showing me that it is on A Doll's House, American History, or The Myth of Innocence. You can pick any one of these readings along with your topic. She also wants you to incorporate one of these broader topics or themes, and you can see there's a list here as well. So again, you get to pick one of these and one of these. So what you can do is you can search for both these topics up here, the fiction topics, or you can search for these sort of broader topics as well in the databases and in our electronic books. Please note too that your professor has some source requirements here. She says 7 sources, 4 of which must be scholarly or substantive news sources. So that would probably be things like the New York Times or the Washington Post, or articles from a scholarly magazine, scholarly journal. Okay, so what we can do is take a look at these sources and see if we can find anything good. All right. So again, based on which one of these you select, you're going to have different sets of keyword terms. Same thing here too. You're going to have a different set of keyword terms depending on which topic you picked. So I do have some sample keyword terms here you can take a look at. So any of these would work. I picked a doll's house, and there's some broader topics in there as well. One of the things that may be helpful is, let's say you want to search for a doll's house. You can search for doll's house along with Ibsen. You could put in one of the characters named Torvald. Any of those would help you narrow down your doll's house search. And then you also have your broader topics like gender roles, patriarchy, feminism, etc. So again, any of these searches will work in our databases. And I will show you 2 databases that should help you out. Please note too that your professor says some of them must be scholarly or substantive. Here is an example of what scholarly sources are basically. They are information written by experts who then take their work to a peer-reviewed panel before it is published. So your professor is going to require you to use a scholarly source. I will show you how in the database you can locate a scholarly source. It's very easy. And if you get stuck, of course, you can always get in touch with us. Found out here from the slideshow, when you search, if you want your topics to be combined, say you want to search for feminism and gender roles, you're actually going to have to type in that and word. That and is what's called a Boolean operator, and that's going to narrow down our search. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, great. How do we find articles? So let's do that first. First step, you have to head to the main Mercer website, www.mccc.edu. And then from there, scroll down, and you will find a link to the library services homepage. I believe I showed you guys last time MERSearch right in the middle of the page here. MERSearch is great for finding both your literature criticism sources on just A Doll's House or the sort of more larger topics about, say, gender equality. Okay. As I said, when you do a search, if you just search for, say, feminism, you're going to get way too many search results. So that's why we're going to need to incorporate that and. So there, I searched for feminism. You have over 500,000. Okay. So if we want, we can go back here. We can pick one of our other keyword terms, gender role, patriarchy. Doesn't matter. But we're going to want to use that and. What we can do is if we have a phrase like A Doll's House or Henrik Ibsen or even gender roles, we can put that phrase, those 2 or more words, in double quotes like I've done there, and search for it. And when we do that, it's going to find both of those words together. So gender roles must always be next to each other. If you want to, you can do double phrase searches here. I'll type in A doll's house. I'm not sure what I'll get, but now I'm telling the database the article has to contain the phrase gender roles and the phrase a doll's house. If you look, we have a few articles here. So we can scroll through, take a look, see if there's anything interesting. Your professor wants you to find a scholarly source. The database makes that very easy. If you look over here on the left, see where it says scholarly peer-reviewed, go ahead, click on that, and that will show you your scholarly peer-reviewed sources. There, and now we're down to 139. So, not too bad. We can scroll through these articles and see if there's anything interesting. So we'll go ahead, click on this first one, and just take a look at it. Click on your article. It's probably going to ask you to log in. If you're at home, I've already logged in, so you're not seeing the login screen. But here is your article. It took you to the correct database that it was in, and you can see I actually have the article right here, and I can scroll through it. Normally with articles, you will have what they call here in a little abstract, telling you very quickly what this article is about. Use the abstract to kind of get an idea if this article is going to help you, if it supports your argument, if it supports your thesis statement. You want to make sure it does that, because if not, you can kind of just skip it and move on. Once you've found your article, you can see you can read it online there in your PDF. And if you want, you can download it. There's your little download. It's up here as well. You can download the PDF. You also have the ability to email the article to yourself. So as soon as you find something good, go ahead, email it to yourself. Plug in Mercer, Yahoo, Gmail. It doesn't matter. And then finally, with the databases, you can go ahead and generate a citation for the article. Click on that little cite button there, and it'll generate the citation. So this defaults to APA, you can see. All you have to do is change it. And you want the MLA 8th edition. That's the most recent edition. So MLA 8th edition. And there's your citation. You can copy this and paste it into your works cited page. Now, the nice thing about MERSearch, as I said, you can see we've kind of combined our topics here. We searched sort of for the larger topic as well as the piece of fiction that we read. If you want, you can just search for A Doll's House, or you can just search for your larger topic. It doesn't matter. That's what makes MERSearch so good. Of course, though, sometimes with MERSearch, you'll just get way too much stuff. 139 search results isn't bad from 500,000, but it's still quite a lot to go through. So what you may want to do is try a subject-specific database. So for example, let's take our Doll's House search. We can, if we head back to the main Mercer Library website, go and find a literature criticism database. So if we go here on the left under where it says Quick Links, click on the databases by subject, we can scroll down to our humanities section, and we can go ahead and click on either the Literary Reference Center or the Literature Resource Center. These contain pieces of literature criticism. We'll talk about the themes and meanings of novels, plays, short stories, etc. I like Literature Resource Center. I think that one's a really good one. Now, the key is you want to make sure here you're actually using your piece of literature. If you go and put in a broader topic like feminism, let's say, you'll get lots of other works containing feminism, ones that you guys may not have read. So here it's important just to make sure you use the reading like A Doll's House that you did. Because if you don't, you're going to get, again, other short stories, plays, things like that that you haven't read. You can see if I just search for A Doll's House, it gives us here 455 search results. So again, less, but still quite a lot. So you can go and you can scroll through and see if there's anything interesting. Again, you can take a list of your keyword terms. Professor here has given you some, okay? So if we want, we can go into our search, Doll's House, and I'll type in gender and see what comes up. And again, we get fewer search results. So if we want, we can go ahead, click on one of these articles, see if there is anything interesting, and scroll through. So here, I'll just click on this one for now. And we'll basically see the same thing we saw last time. Here you have an abstract telling you very quickly what this article is about to help you decide. Here you'll actually see it gives you a list of keyword terms too right there, telling you, okay, here's how the article has been tagged with keywords. See, over here on the right as well. Same stuff up top. You've got your send to, that's your email button, your download, and again, your cite button. So if you click on that, it'll generate the citation. Again, the Literature Resource Center and the Literary Reference Center are very good for finding articles of literature criticism on the fiction that you guys have read. If you want to use these larger topics like gender equality, class consciousness, things like that, the literature criticism databases are not going to be for you. You're going to want to stick to MERSearch, or you've got a couple options if you go to our database page. If you want, you can scroll down, and we actually have a sociology database here under the social sciences section. It's called the ProQuest Social Science Journals. That would be helpful too if you're interested in that. So here, let's click on it. And you'll see this database interface is a little bit different. We have some new options. We have an option here for full text. If that option is available, you always want to click full text because you need the complete article. And then if you want peer-reviewed as well. So in here you can plug in class and gender and society and whatever else you're interested in. So here, these are big broad topics. We'll search for that and we will see what comes up. And again, you can use your class discussions to guide you. You can use the paper prompt from your professor to kind of give you guys an idea of what she is interested in. You can, of course, propose or select your own too. So it's up to you guys. All right, there's our search. See, 68,000 search results. So again, this is quite a lot. So that may be helpful doing the phrase search again. Here, gender roles, putting that phrase in the double quotes to hopefully narrow down our search results. Great. There we go. And now we're down to 7,000. We can keep going. All of our databases can help you out too. You saw it here in the Literature Resource Center database with some keyword term suggestions. It's also available here in MerSearch on the left-hand side where we selected peer-reviewed. If you look here, you see subject terms. You can click on more, and it'll show you a whole bunch of subject terms. You can include them or exclude them, and you can do that in ProQuest as well. So if you get stuck and can't figure out keyword terms, the database can certainly help you. And if we click on more, we can go ahead and click on the ones we're interested in. So let's do feminism, feminism, and gender differences. That looks good. I'll click apply. And now it's just going to show me these articles tagged with those two keyword terms. And again, too, microcredit. Some of these, may not be exactly what you're looking for. Turkey, okay, Montreal. So again, you may want to say, all right, where am I interested in this? Well, the story takes place in Western Europe or takes place in the United States. So something like Turkey may not be helpful. Again, though, when you go ahead and you click on it, you're going to go ahead and see basically the same thing you saw in the other databases. It's going to be arranged a little bit differently, but title, author, source. Here's the actual PDF. Again, there's your abstract, okay? And you can see this took us to a ProQuest. This is a ProQuest database, just like our MerSearch took us to, with the download PDF, the site, and the email. Our database options, there's quite a few. So depending on what you're interested in, you can use the social sciences. JSTOR would be a good one. You can scroll up. If you want to find the New York Times, we do have that available. That's under the news section. Here we have the New York Times database. We also have a larger newspaper database, so the Washington Post, LA Times, things like that. They're located here under ProQuest newspapers. We also have one that may be helpful as well. That's called Gender Watch. So if you're interested in gender roles, feminism, Gender Watch would be a database for you. And it's another ProQuest database with your full text peer reviewed. And if you search on this, you're going to get slightly different set of search results than you would if you went into the ProQuest sociology database. What's nice about using the subject-specific databases is, again, it will pull out those articles that are smaller, like in this case, the ones dedicated to gender, class, things like that, and kind of push them to the top. Whereas things like criminology and stuff like that may get pushed to the top in the sociology databases. So again, Gender Watch would be another good one. And again, if you want to try, say, adding in a doll's house into these searches, you can, though sometimes with the, say, sociology databases or the psychology databases, putting in fiction sometimes really reduces your search results, or you start to get kind of really odd ones. They tend not to be very helpful. But you can try it and see what you get. Okay, so again, lots and lots of databases for you guys to use. Okay, that is it for now. If you guys get stuck, lost, confused, please send an email or call. I'm sorry, you can't really call. Please send an email. You can get in touch with us via Google Hangouts as well. So if you want, we can do a one-on-one reference assistance session. Whatever works for you guys. I know it's tough, but hopefully we can all get through it. And if you get stuck, just let us know, and we will do our best. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.